Welcome, welcome to Sparkles Corner. I'm dancing with a paint stick. I'm dancing with a paint stick. All kidding aside, we're about to do the ceiling. And this mudding that David did is all done. And it'll all be fixed. We're going to paint this. The color scheme for this kitchen, as you know, is gray, black, and white. So we've already replaced our beautiful refrigerator. We've got all white cabinets. And I was going to do a gray, light gray ceiling, but David said, well, this is a kitchen, to do it white. And that when we do to the trim, we'll do either the black or gray, depending upon my feelings at the time. And we've got everything covered. Especially, don't worry about the new refrigerator. It's fully protected. And we're trying a new paint that we never used before. And let's share it with you. I'm not recommending it because I haven't used it, but I wanted to try it because it's a little different. It's Gideon paint for ceilings. It grows on pink and dries white, and it has primer and paint in it, both. Okay, so shall we take a look? Let's take a look, shall we? Oh, the ceiling fans are down. They're going to be all replaced. And where this was delivered to me, they've got this on here, and I'm trying desperately to get it.
Use the paint opener to cut the tape. No, come here.
David's going to open it. I can't get it open. I'm sorry, people. I did try. You saw me try. David's going to have to do it. That thing is tough as nails. This ain't regular tape.
No,
this is duct tape or something. This is duct tape, I think. Okay.
Just pause it as like plastic tape or something.
It wasn't regular tape. Okay, let's take a look at it, shall we? I'm opening up the can today in the merry month of March. It is the 19th. It is the 19th of March. Okay. All right. Now I got paint clothes on and I've got my hair covered. And, whoa, this is really thick. Oh. All right. We've got to stir this to a constant color of pink in order before we roll it. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a light pink. It was bought special for this kitchen. Now that I'm completely done my bedroom, and I want to say a personal thank you for David. When I came home, he had mudded.
Dry is, I think, 4 hours, if I'm reading that right. Coverage radius is 300 square feet. And
this should be plenty
per
for
gallon.
This
and cleanup is apparently soap and water.
Okay. Now, I want to thank David for doing the mudding for the ceiling for me yesterday. And it got me way in advance because we just got so much work to do. And the next phase of this is to do the ceiling before we do the crown molding. And to put up the lights before we do the crown molding.
We'll have to keep an eye on that.
Okay. All right, so we're going to roll. Whoa. I didn't stir it good enough. If we had a paint shaker, it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah, we don't do enough painting to warrant a paint shaker.
No, we don't. And we won't do much more ceiling painting because of all the changes we're doing. Oh, yeah, that's stirred good. That is stirred good. And we have a brush, but we're going to start with doing all the rolling first. Okay, 1 gallon should do this room. We've done this room before, and it's always took a gallon. Okay, I'm putting this in a safe place. This in a
pocket.
safe place. Yeah. All right. Here we go.
Let's put that like right there. Okay.
I'm going to move this out of the way so as I walk, I don't trip over it. Okay. Here we go.
Here you go, merrily rolling down the ceiling.
Rolling, rolling, roll away paint, roll away paint, roll away paint.
And that's how you cover everything.
Here we go. I'm painting the ceiling, I'm painting the ceiling, I'm painting the ceiling today. This has primer in it. And all right. I put too much paint on this, so I'm going to have to do less to prevent less dripping. But I'm wearing slippers that I don't give a crap about, so I figure I'll buy me new sleepies. All right, here we go. Painting the ceiling, painting the ceiling. The key to this is just to make sure you go back and forth and spread it evenly with no drips. Take your time, don't rush it, so you get an even looking coat. And it will dry white. So you've got to remember where you're going, because as you go, this is going to turn white. Okay, there it is, and I'll see you on the next part.
Here, take this thing.
Thanks for-
Give me this. What's
David,
Mosey? I'm a professional. No, I'm not. I just do this for the heck of shits and giggles. I'm not professional or anything. I just like to pretend to be. Just get the shit up there. And this shit dries white anyways. So let's do this thing.
And there's going to be crown molding up there, so it doesn't have to go exactly to it, because we don't have to cover
Cabinets
it
are
with
white, the
tape.
walls are white, the paint's white, so let's just put the paint everywhere.
Yes. And we're going to do this entire ceiling?
We have so much daylight since we ain't got no ceiling lights in here, and I don't want to bring my decorative conversational talk about lamp in here either. Yeah,
Okay.
you actually own a lamp.
Yeah. Okay, David's painting and I'm both going to be painting, so I'm going to say,
That's go ahead and record.
all right. The idea is to paint it even, so you get an even coat with no drips.
Well, the idea is you get your paint on your ceiling.
Yep. We've got this whole big kitchen to do. And you make
It's
sure
already-
it looks covered.
It's already getting so warm here. I think it's already starting to dry even while it's going up there.
And when we're done this and the paint has dried, the new ceiling fans are going up with
Let's
lights.
show them how long it actually takes to do this.
Okay. Well, I got another backup battery I can get if this one should croak.
Get the foot back on there.
Here we go. Painting the ceiling, painting the ceiling, painting the ceiling today.
No, what we're doing is we're taking this paint, we're putting it up there.
That's right. I wanted to, every other paint we've already done rolls on purple and dries white, but this is Gideon's newest manufacturing paint that has primer in there and
We've
paint.
actually used roll-on pink dries white before.
We have? I don't remember.
Well, I don't remember which room we used it in. Yeah, this paint's already actually starting to dry.
Yeah.
We're gonna actually be able to get the ceiling lights up in here and still have daylight. Good.
Yeah.
Should have cleaned the ceiling. No,
Don't need to.
And I still even figure out what I'm going to do for my gaming channel yet. I'm doing this, go figure.
Well, this
I mean,
is
I know
more
what I'm going to
important.
do. I know what I'm going to do for content tomorrow.
This is more important. This is our home.
Because this room is so much bigger than your room is, it means it's harder to, there's not as much light in here. It's harder to tell how good of a coat I'm putting up.
You just look very closely at it and make sure, you know, there's no bleed through on anything bad.
Get that shit in that shit right there so we put that shit up there.
Stir it more. Stir it more.
We're always going to bop it. See?
Okay. All right.
I just bop it with the roller.
All right.
You gotta realize we do not have all day to paint.
That's why I was going to just record at the beginning and then we were both going to paint.
Yeah, but if I get the ceiling itself, I can get the lights up, click the lights on, and then we can deal with any issues with the paint. So what's actually important is we get all up along the middle where the ceiling lights will be.
The whole room is important.
Yeah, what I mean is at this time, up along here, because if I get these up, then we basically have all the time we need to do any fixes that's needed.
Yes.
I should pull the bracket off, but that don't matter. Careful. There we go. Paint don't roll good.
Well, that's because it's primer and paint in one and you don't have to do another coat.
Yeah, what I mean is by it doesn't roll good. The paint doesn't. Some paints roll great, and some paints don't roll great. This paint rolls heavy as hell.
It's thick paint.
I don't know if you got
It's top
enough.
quality.
I don't know if you have enough to do this whole ceiling.
We did a whole gallon when we had a can of Bear.
That's Bear, that's different. Bear paint, it rolls like a champ.
And this dries faster. This is fast drying paint.
Let's see, got that much in there, got that much in there.
Keep going.
Probably going to get to the second light fixture. They're going to have a problem.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. We'll have to get another gallon of paint then.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, because you get them separate, that might be a problem. But it might not be a problem.
They're both going to be white.
It depends how good they color match.
We'll have to get the same, I'll have to reorder the same paint
Mm-hmm.
from Amazon.
I think we're going to get up to the second light fixture and then we're going to have a problem. Because this paint rolls heavy. I didn't expect this paint to roll this heavy.
This is a top quality premium paint.
What I mean by it rolls heavy, it means a
Thick.
lot of the paint is getting there. Plus, this is a huge room.
Yes, it is. We can always order a second gallon of paint, and we can finish part now and part after. And we'll know where we left off because of the mudding.
Well, that and also, which that'll be up.
We might do it. Might make it at all.
Nope, ain't gonna do everything in here. Not a chance.
Well, we'll keep going until we run out of paint.
It's probably gonna make it like a mid-tier character in an RPG.
Well, I bought a gallon. I thought it'd be enough. I would have got 2 had I known, you know. I didn't know.
Well, we didn't know how the paint rolled.
I apologize.
I don't really generally get Gideon. I don't really try to avoid the paint.
I wanted to get the best paint possible for this
Well,
room.
apparently it rolls out pink and it turns white.
Yep, that's right. I wanted to try it.
Because the problem is that this paint, it doesn't roll good. It doesn't spread good.
It's nice and thick, though. It's really going to probably last longer.
Like I've got stuff I painted. Took twice the paint as good with bear paint. They're still painted.
Well, I get paid in a while, and so then I'll be able to get the second gallon.
Then again, it's not like this is a small room either, so.
No, this room is huge.
Even Bear would probably have issues with being like, yeah, I want 1 gallon of Bear paint for this room. The paint probably looks like, are you crazy?
We might have put 2 gallons up, but it's been so long, I actually didn't remember. I thought it was 1 gallon. I should have got 2. I did. It was my fault. I
My
didn't
money's
know.
on probably a gallon and a half. Probably went into being a gallon and a half. Because this paint, it's not rolling good, and it is bleeding.
It's starting to dry. That's why it's turning white.
Yeah, but it's also bleeding. I'm seeing the drywall color through the paint in some spots. It's starting to dry.
It dries the color of white drywall, I think. It's not a bright dry, it's a flat dry, white. Yeah, that's the color it dries at. It dries that color. It's not high gloss. It's ceiling paint. You see, that white is not the color of drywall. That's the color of white paint, and it's matching the paint that we put up there.
That giveaway will be the mud lines.
Yeah. See, it's going to look the same because it's the same color. It's ceiling white. Once it dries, it's going to look like this.
Well, in that case, it's probably not going to need a touch up. Cabinets, on the other hand, might be a bit, whoops. Then again, Doris has been interested in taking the doors down, repainting them anyways. That's why I'm not too worried about the doors.
I figure I might paint them gray. Take the doors down and paint them gray. That's what I'm
Actually, I might
thinking
take them down, and I might just take them and hydro dip them.
Well, let's just get the ceiling done because that's what we're doing right
The
now.
only thing I'll have to do is just, smooth them out, and then just simply fill up a thing of water, and then just hydro dip them.
Why? What would that do? That would paint them one color?
Yeah, you never seen, just, when we're done.
Well, let's just keep working.
When we're done, just go on YouTube, type in hydro dipping, and watch a few videos. It is cool stuff.
Mhm. I'll look at it.
It is some cool stuff. And the reason
And see what it cost.
the reason I'd probably do it is it'd be cool to just hydro dip all the doors in here. Yeah, I literally just finished a can off, and I haven't even passed the middle fixture yet.
You
That
still got a lot of paint in there.
That ain't good.
Yeah, this is going to take 2 gallons. We probably did do 2 gallons on this when we originally painted it, but
Oh,
forgot.
I remember when we first did this room, originally, you were annoyed with the cost of the stuff for in here. You were getting annoyed with it.
I don't blame me. I'll order
I remember I looked at you and I said, you're going to need probably 3 gallons. And you're like, I don't want to spend that much money on paint. And I'm like, I'm telling you, you need 3 gallons. And keep in mind, when we did it originally, you bought primer and you bought paint.
Yeah. Well, I'll get A second gallon. A second gallon is all we're gonna
Sadly,
need.
though, it wasn't. What we didn't get it. We didn't get bear paint. So we ended up actually doing 4 gallons of primer, 4 gallons of paint. Because you got the cheap paint from Lowe's.
Well, this is a good paint.
That is sad. That's sad that Lowe's carries that cheap paint.
This is Gideon. This is a good paint. One of the top paints. So I wanted this one to have the
that
best.
paint when we did it originally was water based. So
Well, this paint, David, 2 gallons will do this whole thing. It would be, you know, and so I'm going to get a second gallon. Paint around so we can get that second light fixture up. You should be able to get so we can get that light fixture up.
I'm just walking the dog with the paint right now.
He's a walking the paint today in the merry month of paint. It's a painty, painty, paint. It's a painty, painty, paint. It's a painty, painty, paint today. We will be throwing that out. There's still some paint in there.
Yeah, at that point you're just scraping the bottom.
Yeah.
And I'll probably just leave that for you to brush.
There's going to be no brushing needed.
I should have thought of that!
There's no brushing needed
Oh,
so
well.
far.
Should have just took that card out of here so I could have tucked it into the fridge and got myself a drink! I'm thirsty! I don't know how many people watch us Ren and Stimpy. Get that!
Yeah.
Drink! I'm thirsty! I need a drink! What in the world was that?
That was one of the clips that you had over the wire just fell.
Well, you know what I have to say about that? Whoops!
Whoopsie-doo. Whoopsie-doodle. So you watched Ren and Stimpy recently like I have? Oh, we got 'em
I can
all.
remember them all because I used to binge them.
Yep. Oh yeah, 1 more gallon will easily do this roof.
Gallon and a half, technically.
Yeah, we'll have leftover for another roof.
No, literally, it's going to be a gallon and a half.
Yeah, I know.
The other gallon's going to be for pretty much over here, and then the half's going to be for getting up where you open the door. It's kind of like, ooh. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's going to be a gallon and a half. Really? I gotta go yell at myself. We're gonna take that down.
Throw it out. In the magic month of May. You can see the difference.
Get in there. Get in there.
It's coming along. It was my fault I didn't buy enough paint.
Well, in fairness, I didn't do the smart thing. Come in here with a measuring tape. But then again, paint is hard to judge because some paints roll like a dream, and then some paints don't roll like a dream. This paint does not roll good. This paint does not roll good.
It doesn't matter. I can get by
I've literally.
Amazon never closes, so I can get another gallon ordered.
I've literally. What I mean by paints that rolls good, paints that rolls bad is paints that rolls like a dream.
Like Bear does.
Basically, those paints goes far, shockingly far for if they're good roll and good cover. And the paints that don't roll good will only go about half the distance if you're lucky. This paint does not roll good. That's why basically the distance on this paint is getting killed.
Watch out, Dave. You're going to step on that.
Let's see how this is looking.
It's looking good. And it's already starting to dry. It's beautiful.
You're going to actually need 2 gallons. You're going to need 2 gallons.
I told you that.
You're going to need 2 more gallons.
No, we don't need to put another coat on, do we? Then roll another
Go
coat.
right down there.
All right.
So I'm going to basically walk the dog as far as I can. so I can try to get past where the ceiling fan blades for this one will stop. Then I'm going to go back there and to go over the mud lines. Because the mud lines is bleeding through like bad.
Well, then go over the mud lines now.
So I want to get the distance at least for both of these ceiling fan blades.
And we want to make it so we don't have to go back over that, what we've done.
I knew this paint was going. This paint was. I knew because it wasn't rolling good. I could just tell this paint was going to be a bleeder. I can tell by the way it rolls. I should have really took a minute to look at the dang can. I could have told you then by the base that these were. Yep. Here's the sanitation trash people.
Well, it's Wednesday. They come every Wednesday.
All right, Mr. Pan.
It looks fine. I don't see any bleed through.
Right there.
Okay.
You see right there? You can see the mud. It's just charging right through the paint.
Well, that's because it's drying, but it's drying the white. It's just showing the shade.
Yeah, but the.
Just paint over it, David. I'm not.
Just let me do this, okay?
Of course you're doing it, dear. I'm not
That's not
arguing
doing
with
it.
you.
I'm doing it.
Yes, my love. My beautiful son. I'm not arguing.
Yeah.
I was just asking a question.
Yeah. Right along here, it's going to need another coat.
It needs
That
another
mud,
coat.
That mud is such a light color. The paint's not hiding it good. There. All right,
Yeah.
now hopefully that will solve that. Bleed through, and then put another coat on this line of mud here.
It's beautiful.
But that will deal with that before that starts to be like a gaping wound through the paint. Alright. The problem is the difference of color between the boards, what they were and the mud line. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.